Hey, today we're going to use the Oreck orbiter, and we're going to show how you spray buff a floor. A lot of people have asked us how these things do on hard floors, as far as like wax and stuff. And what the deal is you can buff the floor with wax on it without putting any spray buff down if you want to. But if you want to get a little extra shine, you can spray buff. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray buff today. We put 4 coats of this wax down. It's been down for several months, so it's definitely hardened. And we put 4 coats of this down, and now what we're going to do is spray buff. And the way I spray buff is I take this container and I mix it halfway with wax and halfway with water, so that it's not complete wax. And then I spray some on the floor and I blend it in with a white pad. So we're getting ready to show you how we do it, so just stay tuned. Okay, what you do when you spray buff is you put just like a squirt of wax down. You don't use much because it takes a lot to blend it in. And then you take the machine and you run over it. And it'll look real dull for a few minutes because it gets the floor wet. But as the pad warms the wax up, it'll go ahead and blend it into the floor for you. And your floor will be shinier than it was before you spray buffed it. But I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to do it on camera and you can see for yourself. And whatever you do, until you blend some wax in that you sprayed down, do not spray no more down. You'll get it so you got so much wax on the floor that it'll take you an hour to blend it all in. And you don't want to spray on your machine, so always spray behind or to the side of it. Okay, I've sprayed some back here, so now let me blend it. And you blend it by kind of just moving it around. Move it forward about 1.5 foot, 2 foot in either direction from where you sprayed the wax. And when it starts thinning out, then you start moving out to the edges of your towel. The first time or two you do this, it seems kind of complicated, but once you've done it a couple of times, you figure it out, and it works real well. We actually spray buff a lot. We just never do it on camera. Now we've made a video where we just buff the floors with a white floor pad without spray buffing. You can actually buff them a lot quicker without spray waxing. But when you spray wax, you're actually adding wax to the floor at a real slow rate. Because sometimes your floors over time, the wax will kind of wear off. This gives you a chance to re-add wax to the floor without having to do a stripping wax job. It doesn't take very long, but it does take longer than if you just buff the floors without spraying first. You really only need to do this if you want to add a little wax to your floor. Oh, in case some of you are wondering, you don't take a floor that's not been waxed and try to buff the wax in like this. It doesn't work. You only do this on floors that have been properly waxed first and have hardened for at least a week. Okay, I'm going to do one more squirt, and I'm not going to go any closer to my camera. I don't want to take a risk on throwing wax up into the lens of my camera because it's sitting on the floor. So this will be the last pass on camera. But you just take your time and blend your wax in. And when you're done, your floor will be a little shinier because you've added a little extra wax to it. Remember though, mix your wax, 50% wax, 50% water. Don't go with straight wax. Always blend it with some water. The water will it'll heat up faster and help the wax to blend quicker. Okay, my brother's picking up the camera to get it away so it's safe, and he'll film the rest of it. I don't know how good you can see the wax that's already on. It's pretty hard to show wax on a wax floor if you don't have heavy overhead lighting.
Open the refrigerator door and it'll show real good.
Yeah, just a second. Let me get back there.
And I'll turn the light off temporarily because the light from inside. Okay, now stand to the side a little bit.
I don't know if that'll do it or not. Turn the kitchen light back on.
You can see the reflection of the refrigerator lights and stuff, and you see how shiny the floor is getting. This light's so bright and it's directly overhead, it's kind of hard to see.
Oh, normally when you do this, you want to open your door so you can get right up to the edge of the door. You'll see how the edge is there. When the refrigerator's shut, you're losing an inch of floor or an inch and a half of floor that you haven't shined. So open your refrigerator doors and get up next to them. Well, we're just about done. And there's no need to spray your way out. When you spray your way in, on the way out, just buff your way out, like I'm doing.
So you can walk on it pretty soon after you, once you get it blended in, you can walk on it.
It hardens immediately.
Yeah. Once it loses the wet look, it's done.
Yeah, you don't have to stay off the floor. Well, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Hope it was informative.
Let me do a walk through in here real quick so you can kind of see the floor really is shiny. You see the reflection. So it's pretty good. You can see the reflection of the machine and the handle. So that's the high gloss look that you want. This isn't super high gloss floor polish. This is high traffic, so it wears for a long time. There is a lot shinier stuff you can get, but you want to use a high-speed burnisher and everything to maintain it, and we don't want to mess with all that. So that's all there is for now, but thanks for watching.
Hey, today we're going to use the Oreck orbiter, and we're going to show how you spray buff a floor. A lot of people have asked us how these things do on hard floors, as far as like wax and stuff, and what the deal is you can buff the floor with wax on it without putting any spray buff down if you want to. But if you want to get a little extra shine, you can spray buff. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray buff today. We put 4 coats of this wax down. It's been down for several months, so it's definitely hardened. And we put 4 coats of this down, and now what we're going to do is spray buff. And the way I spray buff is I take this container and I mix it halfway with wax and halfway with water. So that it's not complete wax, and then I spray some on the floor and I blend it in with a white pad. So we're getting ready to show you how we do it, so just